All right, up next is newspaper review.
Our newspaper reviewer Chukwudi Okolo Abuja is in the studio. Chukwudi, good morning.
Good morning,
A beautiful
Jumai.
Monday morning to you.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Nyere,
Good morning.
how are you today?
Very well, and you?
I'm okay. Could be better, but as usual, we thank God
Did
for small
did you notice the morning haze this morning?
It's not just haze. There's a whiff of harmattan.
Yes, still there.
It's the last stage of it. Usually it comes between 10th March and the 15th March and thereabout. This is not going to last more than 3 days.
3 days.
The rains will surely set in by April.
Chikudi, the meteorologist.
Yes.
Because I'm an aspiring pig farmer.
That's good. So, you know, we're discussing food production today.
That's a
and
good one.
I'm sure you're going to learn a lot of things.
That's a good one.
Listen.
Give it part 2 tomorrow, please.
Okay. Okay, we have some papers this morning, and I'll begin with the leadership newspaper. Above the masthead, NJC alerts on plan to defraud retired judicial officers. You find the details on page 18. Reps caucus wants Labour Party convention shifted. Details on page 14 also. And despite harsh operation cost, cement makers post huge profits. Details on page 7. Scarcity of passports looms over 16 billion naira production debts. Find details on page 7. And at the side piece of the headlines in the leadership newspaper, Barrow Port project far from completion. Niger communities lament. Details on page 16. Vladimir Putin wins another term as Russian president. You want to find out all about that? You go to page 4. Kaduna community releases names of 14 kidnapped victims. Details on page 19. And Lagos to push for special status. Listing of local government development areas. Find details on page 29. And the headlines in the leadership newspaper. Quite a sad story for Nigeria and the military killing of soldiers. Military lays siege to Bayelsa Delta Creeks. With kickers, launches manhunt for killers, deploy gunpoint boats. Several houses razed as monarch flees to Asaba. Killing of soldiers won't be tolerated. That's the warning from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You find all the details on page 4 and the picture story. You see there some of the houses being razed in Okwama community of Delta State. That's the picture there. A very sad event took place there over the weekend. Heart-wrenching to both the nation, the family.
Nyere has not done her bit.
Yes,
has she?
She's going to take it.
So let's not preempt her, baby. Hello.
All right, let's take a look at the Daily Times newspaper. Of course, screaming on the front page of the Daily Times this morning is the report on, the killing of the soldiers. But Daily Times puts it differently. Fear grips Delta community as Tinubu spits fire. Details on page 4. Away from that, we have Nasu Sanu begin 7-day warning strike. Bandits abduct 14 in fresh attack on Kaduna community. And there's a warning here. NJC alleges bid by fraudsters to defraud retired judicial officers. Away from that, pressure mounts on Akpabio to rescind Ninge's suspension. All right, that's the much I can take from Daily Times this morning. If you want other stories, a copy of the Daily Times will do you good. Moving straight ahead to the New Telegraph now. Of course, the lead story on all the papers this morning is the attack on soldiers. Very terrible one, like Jimmy already mentioned. And the New Telegraph talks about it This way, attack on soldiers, direct attacks on Nigeria. Tinubu wants. Attack on soldiers, direct attack on Nigeria. Tinubu wants. All right, you need to see that. Above that story, we have Northern governors fright about prevailing security situation. Presidential federalism major setback to socio-economic development in Nigeria. That's credited to Mba. Want to find out what he's talking about? Page 6 would help you. We have the story from the NJC, also right here on the New Telegraph. Page 7 has all the details. And next to that, we have PDP National Chair, Suswam joins race to succeed Iyorchia Ayu. Looking below the picture story of the New Telegraph this morning, we have withheld salary. Sanu Nasu begin nationwide strike today. Governance turns family affair as political dynasties tighten grip on power. That's a must read. Of course, we also have here hardship. Nigerians lament high cost of eggs. Kidnappings. Lawyers push against capital punishment for offenders. And in the red strip, we have this study here that says mobile phone users who talk longer don't face brain tumors risk. All right, that's the much from the New Telegraph. Chikudi.
Outrage over murder of soldiers. I decided to remove the adjective before murder there. Tinubu Atiku be condemned killing of commander, 2 majors, 1 captain, 12 soldiers in all, 12 soldiers in Delta. In all, we're talking about 16 uniformed men of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes. An institution. This is not good.
No.
Not
this is not good. Whatever the cause is, this is not good. And people are talking about raising of a common community and all that. Nobody is going to, just as you condemn extrajudicial killing, you're not going to support a situation
like that
where anyone acts outside of the law to seek redress. But when you take down 16 soldiers, not in a war,
on a peace mission,
from civvies, that's what they call us, civilians. It's something. At the end of the day, the soldiers keep this country together. Some people are saying when you start state police, some people can break away, Did they tell you that the state will control the army? As long as the federal government controls the army, you have a nation going. I am trying to give import to the stature, the status of the Nigerian armed forces. This is not good.
And the audacity of these killers, the video, I saw the video yesterday, the audacity.
No, the thing is, you see, after eating a fat lunch, a man could start talking from both sides of his mouth. But when the time for comeuppance comes, he becomes a different person. I was in nowhere, I was working for Delta Broadcasting Service then, when Onwea youths, allegedly, I'm a journalist, killed 2 policemen. The day I decided, I had run to Delta Broadcasting Service premises to seek refuge because we were expecting the wrath of the...
Yes, the military, the police.
Do you know that after 3 days, I decided to go and check the egusi soup I had in my fridge just before the thing happened. That was when Mopol 30 arrived Onwea. Jumai come serious. Let's not make it a personal thing. The point is, outraged soldiers are going to show you they're outraged.
Yes.
But please, whatever happens, our dear men and women in uniform, please, caution should still be the word.
Yes.
Because if a madman comes to where you're having a bath, takes your towel and dashes off, and you go after him, he give us just 2 minutes. We won't be able to separate who's more mad anymore. So caution is very important.
The ordeal experience is still fresh in our memories.
That's it. Caution is very important, please. We're talking to our dear soldiers. Otherwise, this is not good.
And I hope other communities, would learn from this and, never repeat, this experience. Because, for me, thinking about it, these are men who lay their lives down for us.
For us.
They go on the field. They're trying to protect this nation on a daily basis. While we're asleep, they're in the bushes. They're, doing so much just so that we can have a nation. And then you have your fellow men that you're protecting now come against you. It's just unthinkable.
And they went on a peace mission on a call from the community.
Yes.
I just have a gut feeling that maybe it was arranged. Because they were ready for them, they were waiting for them.
Many things in the world are usually premeditated.
Yes, premeditated, yes.
Accidents hardly happen in life, really. But let's not go there. In the absence of investigation,
Yes.
we cannot speculate. You understand?
Instances like
but
this,
whatever happens, the president has said that culprits must be fished out wherever they are. And that is what Nigerians should troop behind and make sure that it happens. But I want to also commend Nigerians for the spontaneous outrage that came from every nook and cranny of this country. It tells us that we have faith in our soldiers. A soldier is a noble man. Don't tell me he's doing what he's signed on himself. When a man says, I'm ready to die for my country, 3 million in a month as salary is nothing compared to what he has vowed to do for his country. That is how we should learn to think.
Putin wins another term. Let's go international.
I don't like to talk about Vladimir Putin because I'm still sore over the death of Navalny.
Yes.
I am still sore about it. But in order not to express bias towards the Russian Federation or Putin himself, Russians still have a job to do ahead of them. You see, democracy and authoritarianism may be having a little fight in the world at the moment. It is in the interest of Russians to still find a way where free choice of who leads them is going to happen. Because I think that the situation as it is now may not be the best, as it is. So that tends to lend a little doubt over the credibility of the entire process. But again, Russians ultimately have a right to say, this is whom we have chosen to lead them.
And they've chosen again.
Exactly.
Yes. Chukwudi, on that note, thank you so much for coming this morning.
I thought you were going to allow me to talk about a lady who's distributing chin-chin that has sativa in it.
It was all over the news yesterday,
Away from chin-chin, that has been happening in parties.
Happening. Cakes.
Yes, cakes.
Are you serious?
Buns.
Yes.
Yes, that's not the first time. Chewing gum. Yes.
You mean Chooks the boy could even have taken it without knowing?
Without knowing.
No wonder I doubt some of my...
but I know that you don't go to certain parties. So,
that's the point. Do I even go to parties?
So maybe you're protected. But of course,
Chooks, we have to let you go.
Thank
we have
you.
to let you go, Chooks. We are not driving you away.
No,
You'll be here
not.
tomorrow.
You are only pushing me out respectfully.
Exactly. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. When we return, our conversation on Good Morning Nigeria will begin. Don't go away.